Hey folks, welcome to the second installment of the Alien Warbirds series. I'm Shad with Old Blood and Guts, and in this series we'll look at enemy ships which you will most likely face and might even acquire in the Star Citizen universe. Here at Old Blood and Guts we have an aggressor squadron to simulate Vandal forces which we have been contracted to engage. The second ship currently flown by our aggressor squadron is the Vandal Scythe. The Scythe is the base medium fighter used by Vandal forces, and the ship follows the norm of Vandal design. Offense first, with one size 5 neutron gun, one size 5 plasma cannon, and two size 5 lasers on the chin. And while these weapons hit hard, this ship suffers from the same problem the Glaive does with the split pips, which makes it hard to land all the shots on one target at once. The Scythe also carries 4 size 1 VNCL Arrow heat-seeking missiles, which are underwhelming compared to the missiles fielded by human ships. The ship will also extend a wing blade when the weapons are powered down to protect the plasma cannons during a ram. Also like the Glaive, the loss of the wing has little negative impact on the ship's performance, as the plasma cannon is mounted in between the wing and the body. Note that in Alpha 2.6 the weapon is fragile, and any tickle of damage after the loss of the wing will break the weapon. The Scythe was captured with the X-12 King ship after the ship suffered catastrophic engine failure, and then was refitted for human operation. It was then offered for purchase as part of a package, although at this point the package is no longer being sold through the RSI store. As a perk for Imperator subscribers, they get one in their hangar, although this is not a permanent ship. Thus, the only way to acquire one will be capturing it in the persistent universe after the game goes live. The Scythe is large for a medium fighter, measuring 31 meters from the tip of the wing to the tail, while the main body is merely half this size. The ship is nearly the same size as the Glaive, in fact, and thus takes up a size 3 space in your hangar. The Scythe also weighs in at 29,000 kilograms, so falls between the Saber and the Vanguard in weight class, much like the Glaive. The Scythe is much more maneuverable though. It is a little faster and almost as maneuverable as the Saber with its 4 TR2 and 12 TR1 thrusters. It does have a few odd quirks though, as when flying it I found it wouldn't center up as well when trying to chase a target down. This may be due to the asymmetrical nature of the ship, which lends itself to drifting off course when flying. The Scythe also has a size 2 bubble shield which will drop quickly under fire, although it regenerates quickly as well, and the ship is mediocre in its ability to take punishment. The best defense for the Scythe is to either avoid the damage or keep most of the hits on the wing side. That aside, this ship moves well enough that a good pilot will be able to evade missiles with poor tracking systems without expending flares or chaff. One of the interesting aspects of the Scythe when compared to the Glaive is that the center body of the ship is identical, so while repairs may be more expensive than, say, an Aegis or an Anvil ship, repair components should be available from Asperia. Hopefully they will be able to fix the buggy interface soon. Periodically the alien interface crackles in underneath the human overlay, although most pilots will ignore this flaw after they've had enough flight time in refitted Vandal ships. Currently the Scythe main guns are underperforming, and like the Glaive, this will probably be addressed after Item 2.0 is rolled out. This does not mean to take the ship lightly, as the Scythe still packs a punch when the weapons converge on the target, and the spread pip nature means some firing angles result in the 3 pips forming a line along the target's flight path, so at least one of those shots will land. And while this ship is capable of sniping at over 3.5 kilometers out, the slow projectile speed usually results in a miss unless the target is within 1500 meters. Because of these factors, we give the Vandal Scythe an Old Blood and Guts combat efficiency rating of 6.5. This fighter is surprising with its maneuverability and has enough firepower to counter its weaknesses of thin armor and low-yield missiles. Expect to see Scythes mixed in with Glaives in the aggressor squadron, as although I prefer the Glaive myself, some pilots here at Old Blood and Guts prefer the agility of the Scythe over having 2 size 5 guns on a single pip. Thank you for watching this episode of Know Your Alien Warbirds. We hope to make more content about the various ships used outside of the UEE as those ships become available. Feel free to leave your comments below, and if you enjoyed this episode, please like, favorite, and subscribe. This has been Shad with Old Blood and Guts. See you around the verse.